Hey guys, this is Dinosaur Drawer, and today I want to show you guys how to draw Rodan. Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce it correctly because, yeah, I'm just not sure how to pronounce it, but it's very difficult for me to um, try and draw Rodan while there are not a lot of different images of different poses and everything. So I kind of had to go to my sketchbook and try and sketch as many variants of it as I could, so that I would get better in at drawing Rodan. And the version that we're gonna draw in the tutorial drawing is gonna be this one. So at this page there are a lot of versions of Rodan that actually did work out, but there are also just as much that didn't work out. So yeah, I hope that I will be able to do it correctly in the tutorial. Alright, so let's get into it. Okay, I'm back. So what we're gonna try and start with is try and keep it as basic as we can, so that it is actually easy for you guys to draw it. So first we want to draw the direction his wings are actually facing. So this wing is actually going like this, and don't press down too hard on your pencil, just very lightly sketch it out. Alright, so this is going to be one line for his wing. Now we're going to draw the other one. This wing is kind of actually more like facing us like this, and it kind of stops over here because it's actually kind of coming towards us, so it makes it look like this area is bigger but also shorter. Alright, so so now for his, actually this is the shoulder for the other wing, which is kind of visible from over here. Then over here is this shoulder for this wing, and then this would be his back going into his neck, and then we can just draw something like this, and something like this, and then something like this. So this is basically the whole body that you can see from Rodan. I'm really not sure how to pronounce it. Is it Rodan or Rodan? I really don't know. Please let me know in the comments. So yeah, his neck is kind of going like this, going into his head basically, and he does have quite a small head for such a big creature, I must say, for such a big body in general. Alright, so now we want to start with drawing in this part of his wing by drawing a line like that, and then we want to come closer into the viewer's kind of point of view, and then just draw it going this way. We can already give it some muscle because he does have a very muscular arm there, and then this kind of comes closer and closer into his nails, his claws, so his little fingers. So we're gonna draw a line like this, line going down like that, and attached to that is gonna be a claw. And over here just exactly the same, a line like this, line going down like that, and then attach a claw. And over here as well, but this one is slightly coming towards us. More something like this. And then it attaches to his wing again. Alright, so something like this should be fine for now. And then let's see. Yeah, this is just going to be like this. And we have part of his wing actually coming out from the wrist area of Rodan, and then coming outwards and kind of stopping over there. And we can already draw in kind of visible indentation of the bone. Now we want to try and make a shape like this, a curving. It's kind of curving in over here, and now it's curving out over here again, going the line going inwards, and then it just has something like this, and then it kind of goes like this. So from his shoulder, draw a line that goes all the way back down until we are about over there. So that is all that we can see from this wing. Now before we can draw in the other wing, we need to actually get in his head. So the way you want to draw his head is, well, I'll show you on the back of the page. So the way you want to draw his head is actually draw a circle like this. Then you draw a line like this, but don't press down too hard. Don't press down too hard. Make something like a triangular shape over here. Something like this. So this is gonna be his beak. And now we wanna kind of make this area go a little bit more up, like this, and then go back like this, almost a straight line, and just at the end we're gonna curve it down a little bit, just a little bit, and that is going to be fine. So now we're gonna make this come back, and now we want to make the second one over here, kind of going like this, also straight, and a little curve at the end, just a little bit of a curve at the end. And then this one kind of goes like that. And then just about over here, we want to raise the snout a little bit, just a little bit, and then kind of make it the shape of a bird of prey. Get a thing over there, a bump over there, and then this will, you can pull this all the way back until the back of his beak, and then you can draw in the shape of the lower jaw, which is almost gonna be straight like this. Just over here it has a little bit of a curve like this. Then you want to kind of connect it to the rest of his head, and this actually goes down, this line actually goes down to his jaw like that. And we're gonna darken in these lines a little bit so that we can see them a little more clearly. And over here he has a lot of shapes like this. So now what we want to do is we want to make a line, we want to get a line coming from over here, going almost straight down to his eyebrow area. Then we want to make his eyebrow like this, and this line even goes further down like that. And then we want to kind of make a line like this, and inside this area will be his eye right there. So that is basically how you draw the head of Rodan. I actually did a lot of practice on this area, and I think I might have actually got it right. So yeah, let's now try and get it right in the actual drawing. So in the actual drawing it's also going to be a little bit smaller. Let's see. So his head is going to be about over here and about this big, I suppose, I guess. So now we're going to do the same thing again. Just draw a triangle kind of shape. Like that. Then just raise it a little bit over here to kind of go into, well, let's see where did I raise. Alright, so yeah, raise it a little bit over here. So you go a little bit in front of this circle, you raise it up a little bit over there. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys so you guys can actually see it a little bit better. And I need to autofocus it. Alright, so you raise it up a little bit in front of this circle, and then you go almost straight back like this, and then at the end you just curve it down a little bit, and that's just gonna do fine. Yeah, that's just gonna do fine. Now for the other one, you kind of start about over there as well. It's almost a straight line with a little bit of a curve at the end again. Just a tiny curve. And then it just kind of goes like this. It attaches to the back of his head. Now we want to raise it up as well to kind of create a beak, kind of a bird of prey looking snout. And kind of a bump over there as well. And then it kind of goes straight onto the back of his mouth. And then you want to draw in his lower jaw, kind of like this, and also a kind of a shape like this at the end. I mean, when you're nearing the upper jaw. And then you kind of just attach it to the rest of the head. So we are not going to go into the detail yet of his head. We're just going to try and get the other wing in. Let's see if I can zoom out. Alright, that's much better. So now this wing kind of goes like this. So this is going to be his shoulder muscle. And I'm just going over it and adjusting it a little bit so that I can get the right shapes. And it kind of it goes from here, and his hand actually is about over here. So this is going to be his hand, this right here. And then we have a line of his the rest of his wing actually going down like this and curving very much at the end like that. And then it goes almost straight back to there, but it does have some shapes in it. So it goes with a straight line almost like this. Then it has a bump over there, and then it kind of goes like this. Alright. And then we can kind of draw in the indication of to where the bone structure would be. So now we want to draw in this hand, and we're gonna try and start with the first one, the first finger. So the first finger goes down like this, so you just kind of draw it like this, like that. And then the second one goes from here and it curves down like this, like that. And then the last one kind of goes all the way here and it goes back like this. And then we can draw in the structure of his bones. And it might seem like it's a little bit on the small side, but actually I'm pretty happy with it, because maybe we can do this in 2 parts. So because I'm not really familiar with this creature, I cannot draw it in I mean, I cannot go over it with darker lines and everything, so I'm just going straight up to the more details and stuff. But actually I can kind of do this. So he does have a lot of bumps over here, and you can kind of look at it as being like it. Those bumps were once feathers, I guess, but they kind of got covered with the lava of the earth and it turned into stone, something like that. I think it's something like that, at least. That's what I've heard. And I might have actually drawn it a little bit too long, but I think this will be okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go into the detail of his head first now. So I'm gonna switch to a finer pencil. You might want to switch to a darker pencil, or you could just do the same thing as I'm gonna do right now. I'm switching to a finer pencil. So yeah, it might be wise to first erase some areas like this, so you can kind of have a clearer picture. So I'm gonna first go to his snout, trying to refine his beak a little bit. So there's not really much to say at this point. So I'm not gonna talk too much over here. So over here you can kind of see it connecting to the back of his head. But there are still a couple of lines and a little bit of shadow going farther up his head. Yeah, you can kind of imagine that that Rodan would have actually been something similar to a bird of prey or something, because it really does look very similar. So now again for his eye area. So what you want to do is you want to start over here, drawing a line like this, and about over here you kind of make an eye ridge like this, and this line goes further on to into his beak a little bit, something like that. And what you want to do then is kind of draw a line like this over here, and kind of a line like this to indicate where his beak is kind of starting. Something like that. And now I'm gonna try and draw in his eye. Just draw something like this. And that's gonna be his eye. Now there are a lot of details on here, so a lot of lines going everywhere. So it's gonna be hard to get it exactly right. I don't think I'm gonna get it exactly right, but we'll see what I can achieve. So he does have something like a membrane over there. And he does have very strong jaw muscles. I am not really sure where his nose is supposed to be, so that's the one thing that I really don't know. Alright, so this line actually goes like this, and then we have a lot of those kind of things that look like that. Alright, so I'm gonna make this area darker and kind of try and get something going on there like a tongue. Just something that looks like this. Now I wanna alright, so over here we just have the same kind of skills as we would expect on the Godzilla creature, but instead these skills, like I said, look a little bit more like they are feathers, but they turn into stone. It almost looks like they turn into stone. So on the under side, the under area of the creature, it always has to be darker than on the upper area. Just a lot of those kind of scaly looking wrinkles, I guess. That's what it's really built of, but I think they are also armored plates. But that's just something that I think they might actually be armored plates. So at this point we just draw those lines in like this. Because they kind of change direction up here until we get into that bumpy area that we already kind of try to get in. And then it kind of changes to these very bumpy looking scales, which are not organized at all. They are just literally everywhere, small, big, at every kind of size. They are just there. And then it goes into a area like this. Kind of it curves in a little there. Sorry if you couldn't see that. It curves in a little right there. And it keeps on doing the same thing, but it looks like it's a little bit lighter. There's a little bit less shadow because the angle at which it is actually being is a little different than this one. So now for his wings, we have we can still get the shapes in of the it looks like those are almost exactly the same shapes as the curvature of the wings. I'm sorry if you couldn't see that. I'm gonna zoom out a little again so that you guys can see it a little bit better. And so yeah, over here it almost looks like there are a lot of scales that go like this. And also a line that goes like that, because there is still part of the other side, this area of the wing, that we can see over there. So I'm gonna draw two lines there to indicate that this is not the same area of the wing. And this just goes from here, going all the way down there. And it just keeps on going, and it also has a lot of feathers that go like this, or scales, I'm sorry. So yeah, they really do look, they really do look to almost like they're resembling feathers, because over here you almost have those tail feathers. So it might have been that there were some sort of feathers attached to Rodan, but he kind of lost it because he went, well, in the trailer you can see that he comes out of a volcano, so that might actually be the reason why the lava was kind of, well, I don't know, that's just a theory that I saw somewhere. And these scaly lines are supposed to go this way, which I missed a little bit. And then we would have the same look over here, following the same kind of pattern. Something like this. So yeah, in the next part we will go into a lot more detail and try and get a little bit of shadow everywhere and kind of finish it off. So I think that this drawing will have two parts which I was actually planning on. So I am till now I am pretty happy with what we've got right now, because I am actually using a toy as a reference. I don't have the toy myself, I'm just using an image. And yeah, like I said, it's kind of hard to draw something where of which there are not a lot of reference photos. And so yeah, so if you liked the video, leave a like, comment below what you think about the video and the drawing in general, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss a single video. So this was Dinosaur Drawer, and goodbye.